Hey everyone, I'm just going to talk to you real quick about PearDeck. It's this really cool presentation tool that I find super useful for when you have face-to-face kids and virtual kids and you're streaming and you want to show them the same presentation, but you don't want them to click through it on their own. So I'm just going to show you how to access that if you haven't before. The first step is just to Google PearDeck extension, and then you can go down to this second option that says PearDeck Power Up. I think that it's really cool because it makes you able to use your animations and GIFs and videos that you already have downloaded into PowerPoints. Already there. And so you just go to the extension and then you add it real quick. Right here, instead of saying remove, it would say add. And so you add the extension. And then you can go to any Google slide that you have. This is one that I used a couple weeks ago. And when you add the PearDeck extension, it's going to pop up right here beside tools. And it's going to say PearDeck. And so this is how you're going to present, but it's also how you're going to add things. Now, if you have PowerPoints, this will also work. You just have to import the PowerPoint to Google Slides. And so the way you do that is go to File, and then import, instead of saying import slides, and then you just import whatever PowerPoint that you have. But now that you have PearDeck, a really cool tool for, like I said, presenting to people that are face-to-face and online, but you can also add in these multimedia kind of editable documents. So now that we're in Plan C for just a little bit, you can go to this template library and find any kind of questions that you might want to add into the PowerPoint. So say you want to ask a question in the beginning of class. You just click on it, and then it pops up over here in your PowerPoint. And so when you present it to the kids can actually type into the screen, and then it populates the results for you to see on your end. And so this is how you just add things in. It's math problems. They can draw. They can ask these questions. That's really cool, but I'm going to delete that. And so the way that you can present this is, I'm going to slide me over real quick, is you just click on Start Lesson. And then I will always choose instructor paced activity, that way that you can click through the PowerPoint yourself. And then just like review games like quizzes or Kahoot, it gives the kids a code that they use to log in. And so for them, they would go to joinpd.com, joinpd.com, and then it gives them a code to log in. And so their code is seen right here. So the kids would just go to this website and type in ITOLLA. And then on our end, we can look at it through what they call like the presentation session. This is where if the kids wrote responses, that they would show up over here, and then you could choose to share those with the class, or you could choose just to see them and then give individual feedback if you would like to. And so this is how you present it. The really cool thing about PearDeck, like I said, is that it gives you the opportunity to present face-to-face and in class. And so I've liked to be able to have this PowerPoint up on my smartboard, and as I'm clicking through it, it also clicks through on kids that might be virtual. It clicks through their PowerPoint as well for them. So it's just like they're in class. So they can have teams up maybe on one side of the screen and the PowerPoint up on the other as they're doing their activity or whatever it might be. And then I have one more question about, well, how do I kind of cover my butt a little bit if I want to lead this in class but kids don't show up? And so the way that I found to do that is to just import the Google Slides into whatever assignment the kids are doing. So say, for example, you're creating guided notes for the kids, and they're going to pull up the guided notes and have those up while you're clicking through the PearDeck. That's an easy way to do it, but say, for example, Bobby doesn't show up to school one day, but he still needs to go through the PowerPoint. Rather than uploading the file to Canvas and then having the kids download it as a PowerPoint, you can embed it into the assignment. So the way that you do that is really simple. You just go to File, and then down here at the bottom it says Publish to the Web. So you click on Publish, click on the Embed side, and then you can copy all of this. Right, and so mine is already published. If it wasn't, it would just say Publish here, and you would have to click Yes. And so once you create the Publish link, you copy it, and then you can go over here to your Canvas assignment and say, check out this PowerPoint. And then in order to embed it correctly, you want to make sure that you go over here to the HTML editor. And so this, you're actually writing what they call the rich content editor. You want to change that. And so you click on HTML editor. It looks a little funky. Just go in and paste it right there. And then you can save it. Well, hang on just a second. You can save it, and then the kids will have access to it as the PowerPoint right here, so they can click through it on their own if, for example, they miss class. Right, so they won't be able to respond to it if it's a PearDeck with questions like this, but they will be able to click through every single part of the PowerPoint as you have it there. So hopefully this helps, and it's something that you can use in both Plan C and Plan B.